Jesus' Great Commission was for the church to go and make disciples. While being obedient to Christ's words is messy and uncomfortable, it produces growth that is deep and wide. Shifting congregants' mindsets from inward to outward focus opens them up to responding intentionally to the needs of the community and accomplishing the church's mission. In turn, the church will accomplish kingdom growth and attract others who wish to be the church in a biblical sense. We might also work on ministry alignment. See, over time, the menu of church programs and events grows as new initiatives are added to what is currently being offered. It's not uncommon to walk into a church and be overwhelmed by what all is going on there. Many first-timers aren't sure where to begin in their desire to belong. Ministry teams compete with one another for participation, finances, and resources. And congregants experience commitment fatigue and end up limiting their involvement to only one or two things. Specialized transition ministers recognize this anomaly and call it out as counterproductive. He or she knows that if a church has clarity on their mission, ministries, programs, and events will all work together toward that one singular focus. Ministry alignment is critical for churches to thrive. Facilitating the ministry alignment process is wrought with emotion and requires intentionality and care. Some beloved programs or events may need to be discontinued or defunded because they don't contribute much to the accomplishment of the church's mission. And some members will be emotionally attached to these programs, finding it difficult to let go. While they're grieving the loss, they will challenge the leadership decision. Other offerings will need to be adapted in order to contribute to the mission, since the way they currently function is not making positive contribution. And new initiatives may need to be considered in order to have a greater catalytic movement toward the accomplishment of the mission. All of this takes time and tact to do it well. Another area might be prayer and spiritual discernment focus. Transitional periods are special times to increase intentional prayer and promote spiritual discernment. While the church is made up of humans, the head of the church has always been and will forever be Jesus Christ. Therefore, the church is not most effective when run like a business or corporation, but as a spiritual body deeply connected to the will of God, made known through the Holy Spirit. Preparedness for change begins with humble prayer for God's direction. The entire congregation can participate in this essential initiative. Working with deeply devoted and prayerful members, specialized transition ministers help shape a focus of prayer at all levels of the system. During weekend services, before and after every meeting or group, and as a weekly emphasis for personal reflection, the congregation is called to pray intentionally, regularly, and fervently for God's movement during and after the transitional period. Leadership groups are taught and led in a process of collaborative discernment of the will of God. Elders, deacons, and staff who might otherwise disagree on initiatives and priorities find fellowship and unity in decisions made together as the Holy Spirit leads. They can then speak to the body with confidence and authority about necessary next steps to be ready for an exciting new season of ministry under the direction of a new pastor. These are just a few of the possible goals that might define the work of the specialized transition minister in the transition process. But what they all hold in common is readying the church to adapt to necessary change for fruitfulness and growth in the next season of church life. They will increase the effectiveness of the pastoral search and minimize the chance of a turbulent start to the new pastor's call. Thank you for tuning in to this installment of Whiteboard Monthly on church transitions. It is never too early to begin to prepare for the inevitable, so let's begin the conversation by giving me a shout. My contact information is below or can be found on our website. Just go to www.luminexgroup.org. Thank you for tuning in. See you next month.